Welcome back to In Depth with, I'm Price, CEO academia.edu, and today we're diving into a thought paper Rajiv Singh titled Recursive Reference as a Structural Principle for Conscious Intelligence, a Dynamical Linking Philosophy of Reality and Machine Learning. Where, it's a title, right? But trust me, what's inside is even more mind-bending. Now, as always, I want to remind you, my job is break down this research neutrally, not to endorse it. I'll walk you through the ideas, and you can decide what make of them. Alright, so the core problem Raj is tackling is about the link between today's powerful AI systems and, well, conscious self-awareness. We've got amazing machine learning doing from recognition to language generation. But wait, can these systems actually know themselves or their own thoughts? Not. The big question is, what kind of structural principle needed for an intelligent system becomes self-aware? Not just fast, super accurate. This isn't just academic. We ever want AI to reason about its own decisions, over or even interact with more fully? To answer this, Singh's proposal is that recursive self-reference. Yeah, kind of a mouthful. But with me, is secret sauce, instead just processing data. Singh suggests an intelligent system should be able to think about its own previous states over time, kind of like when I ourselves thinking, hey, I used to believe X, but I believe Y. Why that change? That's feedback. You loop back your own thinking and it actually shapes how you keep evolving. He goes on to develop a framework where intelligent systems aren't just black boxes that spit out answers. Rather, the takes from world loops it through an internal self model, essentially running diary of own processes, and that for future updates this is presented as a structure that might underlie consciousness, as something mysterious, but as something could measure, maybe even build. Let's talk the tangible features Singh emphasizes. First, recursive intelligence isn't just a mechanism or some sort of complicated memory buffer. The crucial thing is the self-model must be an active player in the system. If it just sits there, it doesn't count. It needs to inform how the system changes, adapts. The model should persist over time, building up a kind of biography. This is of those concepts that's to gloss over, but actually quite profound. And hey, as a side, I sometimes wonder if my own memory counts as a persistent self-model, or if it's mostly just random fact storage. But, question leads us down rabbit. Anyway, H lays out a hierarchy. At the lowest level, systems just react to stimuli. Then, as you add adaptation, feedback, internal monitoring, and recursive modeling, you start what might look like self-aware cognition AI. At the cutting edge, now sits below that top tier. It adapts, but doesn't that persistent sense of self, time like he's describing. From the machine learning side, this means you'd build AI that doesn't just optimize in the moment, but maintains a model itself, influences every move. Think less fancy calculator, more introspective agent. The system could start internal reasons for its choices, almost like we give explanations for our actions. Imagine an AI that says, I chose this answer because last time, under similar, my solution worked well, but here's why I think it might not this time. That's not science fiction. At least, Singh argues, could be on the horizon. One extra implication. This of architecture could help with explainability. If AI explain own reasoning by referring to its own self-model, we might finally get clearer, less mysterious explanations out of black box models. And Singh believes this structure might even help with continual learning, helping AIs remember their past choices so they don't fall into trap forgetting everything as they adapt. But this is key. I'm not vouching for any of this as the end-all truth. Academic research is about carving out new questions and frameworks, handing final answers. Singh ideas are a hypothesis, a way look at the problem that be tested and debated. So what does this mean for you as listener? It's an invitation to think about and consciousness in new way, whether you're an AI engineer, a philosophy, or just the idea that truly conscious-like intelligence might demand systems that not only learn, but also a running recursive self. Whew, that's a lot to think about. As always, thanks for joining me on In Depth with Academia and Price, and my role is to bring these conversations to your ears, neutrally, curiously, and always with a dash of, let's see where this. Until next time, keep pondering what intelligence really means.